Hello, Kyle Reese here with Birds on the Black, and it is my extreme pleasure to be joined on the phone by Cardinals third base prospect, Evan Mendoza. Evan, how are you today?
I'm great. How about you?
Doing well, man. Doing very well.
Thanks
First
for
off,
having me on.
oh, hey, it's my pleasure. I'm anxious for everyone to get to know you a little bit. The first thing I've noticed is it seems like NC State does a great job of recruiting like high caliber people and really, just great baseball players too. So this is a pleasure. First off, congratulations on the start to the season that you've had. What do you think has been the big key for you to start the season?
I think honestly just been my hitting and my confidence in my strike approach and just how I've been feeling at the plate. I feel like early on, ever since probably instructs early in the year and in January, I felt like I was just getting better every day at an approach, just my swing, knowing myself, understanding my swing and all that fun stuff. So I've been working at it ever since really instructs, and I felt really confident going into spring training. And spring training, I felt like I had a pretty good showing, and just felt really good being around a lot of old guys, and not necessarily old, but like AAA guys and AA guys, and just kind of getting to know the whole organization and all the players, and all the fun stuff, like just sharing the clubhouse with the guys and getting to know them. That helped me kind of just adapt and kind of had a sense of like belonging, and I think that helped with my confidence and everything like that. And I think I guess it's showing in the games. Having fun.
That's awesome, man. Keep it up. They, the Cardinals are pretty highly regarded for that step camp. You were a part of that, right?
Yes, I was.
So, and you really felt like you were welcomed in, and just a great experience.
Yeah, that was a great experience. Just like instructs, and we also had some performance camps in the off season. Just I really liked just getting to know some of the guys that I haven't had the chance to play with yet. So my first short season was just with State College in Peoria, so I only got to really know a handful of guys out of the organization. So through those camps, whatever you want to call it, instruct, step camp, all that, just getting to know the guys, I was really curious and just understanding of everyone's background and how they got there. High school, college, international guy. I think it's just really interesting how baseball can bring us all together. And it was a fun time and all those experiences that I had.
That's awesome, man. That's really cool. Now, 2017 had to be a whirlwind for you there. Come, June draft, and then you debut at State College and you just hit and rake, and then you get the promotion to Peoria. Is there a way to describe what it's like to go through that process, to have all of those promotions? And is the word whirlwind the perfect word to describe what it was like after being drafted?
Yeah, but going back to the draft, I think it's hard to explain because a lot of people early on in their life don't put 15 or so years into playing a sport or pursuing a career or passion or dream, whatever it might be in their lives. So it's kind of a hard situation to explain, but after all that hard work and just having fun playing the game, it was just an absolute honor to hear my name called, especially by the St. Louis Cardinals, such a world-known organization. It was awesome. It really was. And, I think NC State did a really good job of preparing myself for professional baseball and the struggles and grind and all that stuff that it's not easy just to transition, but I felt like I had a good support staff at NC State to help me with that, and then especially at State College, I thought that was an unreal first year manager with Bill Cruzell. I think he helped us transition for some of the guys that were newly drafted and just had a fun time playing baseball, and I think that was kind of his overall message. Through his to the new draft guys, just go out and have fun.
Oh, that's a great message. Everyone who talks about Coach Cruzell, it's nothing but rave reviews. I love to hear that in the system. I think that's incredible. Now, your work ethic at this point is it's almost like minor league baseball, collegiate baseball, like world renowned. You from what I understand, you had the opportunity to both pitch and play the infield. When you first got to NC State, you were a true freshman pitcher, and then you decided to, that all season between your freshman year and your sophomore year, go full bore into hitting. Could you kind of talk about that process a little bit? What that was like?
Well, I think for me personally, it was just myself setting a goal and doing what I had to do, which was obviously the work necessary to achieve that goal. So my goal after a few rough outings pitching at NC State, I realized, hey, I want to play every day. Like, this pitching thing's not for me. So I set that goal. Hey, I even told it to, I think it was like our bullpen catcher at the time, who I was somewhat close with, and I said, hey, I'm going to be starting in the infield next year. Like, that was probably in April or May. So like beginning of when I was really devoting myself into playing a position and hitting. And obviously I knew I had the defense to be able to play, but my hitting was a little bit below average, and I had kind of the contact, barrel awareness, whatever you want to call it, but I knew I just needed to grow as a hitter. And that came with the work that I put in, and the sacrifices I made to achieve that goal.
Well, it was an incredible transformation, and then shortly thereafter, you got the invite to the Cape Cod League.
Absolutely, yeah.
What was that like?
That was awesome as well. That was probably my first time where I kind of just looked around our team, the Born Braves, and kind of just said to myself, hey, like, there's a good chance probably 3, 4, 5, maybe more guys are going to be playing in the big leagues in, like, let's say 6 years, whatever it might be. And just like I told you about step camp and all that, it's confirming kind of that you belong. It just makes you feel good about yourself that, hey, I belong here. And then once you start playing and getting to know the guys, it's all the same game that we've been growing up playing. It's just having a good time on the ball field.
No, that's great. Now, you played a little second base as well. Currently, you're a third baseman. If I'm correct, in high school you played short. Is there a particular reason? Do you feel totally comfortable at third base? Is that where you like envision yourself staying?
I mean, at this point with the kind of not necessarily roller coaster, but given the situation I've been through, just the opportunity that I had to be able to play in infield position and actually be able to start at NC State after I came in as a two-way and got that opportunity to play a position and hit in the lineup. Like, I was happy with that. Like, I think I saw like a tweet like way back ago. It was like, kids always want to be like so particular with where they play in the big leagues. Like, they want to have their number. They want to be on the team that they want. And I feel like the older you grow up, you kind of just understand that baseball's a privilege. That not everyone gets to play. I mean, there's some people that are handicapped, might lose an arm, just don't have the physical ability to be able to play the game. So to say that, like, I envision myself playing one position or another, I'm honestly just grateful and happy and blessed to be able to play the game today.
That's a tremendous outlook, man. That's highly admirable. Now, you had your first professional off season in between 2017 and 2018. Were you given like instructions by the Cardinals to work on this, or were you like assigned to a dietitian or anything? Like, what were your goals this off season?
Well, I think my goal was just to become better. I think that's what everybody wants to be, is better. And playing baseball, personally, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. So, like, yeah, you might hit well one year, you might defend well one year, but I always think about how it can be better, how it can be better. If you have a 3 for 5 day, I always think, man, I gave that one at bat away and rolled over the shortstop. I could have had a 4 for 5 day, or even better. Like, I'm always thinking about more and more and more. So this all season, really, I just want to get better in all aspects of the game. But I think just getting stronger was a top priority.
Okay.
I felt like at NC State, they prepared me well with the weightlifting program that we were on there, and I just wanted to get stronger and regain, kind of restart my strength, I guess is a good way to put it, because how long the 2017 I had, I knew I needed to take a break a little bit and then start growing my strength in the off season, which I did pretty early, I guess. I started getting pretty bored in the off season, so I got to work pretty quick.
That's great, man. Now, you were one of 7 or 8 people from your 2017 NC State team to get drafted?
I think it was 8 or 9 maybe. I'm not even sure. Yeah, there were a good amount of guys, yeah.
Wow. And then, you're the second year in a row the Cardinals took a player from NC State.
With kids, yeah.
Yeah. What kind of a relationship do you have with him?
It's been great. He came back after he got drafted from the Cardinals and he played in Johnson City. He came back that fall and winter and started working out at NC State and kind of sharing stories about how it is in pro ball. So that kind of gave me something to look forward to. And, honestly, when I was at NC State and NC State apparel, whatever it might be, and he shows up with Cardinal stuff, I was kind of just like, man, this socks looks sweet. That PL logo looks awesome. Like, man, I want to be there one day. And then jump ahead 6 months, whatever it was. I'm wearing that same logo, so it's been a complete honor. But yeah, Kiz has helped me throughout this, and it's cool having a guy from the same college as you with the kind of the same background as you go through it,
Yeah, it's got to be reassuring, and that's really cool. I like that you still have some type of communication. It seems to me like NC State is just a really, really great school, a really great baseball environment. And
yeah, absolutely. It was the best decision of my life to date, because committing to a college is a huge, huge commitment, I guess, for your life and for your baseball career. And I just know that they were accepting about the two-way thing, and especially Coach Evan, he actually enjoys playing freshmen. So I knew I wanted to play right away, and I did definitely get that opportunity as a pitcher, but also gave me that opportunity as a position player a year later.
No, you were born in Maryland, right? And then your freshman year, you moved to Sarasota.
Well, it was kind of a back and forth situation, but I definitely grew up a lot in Sarasota, but I definitely do still have family in Maryland as well.
What other schools had you narrowed it down to between NC State and?
Well, I knew I wanted to go somewhere kind of mid-Atlantic, but I knew I definitely wanted to get away from the state of Florida and just the sunshine that comes with.
Yeah.
I kind of got tired of constant summertime heat here, and I enjoyed the seasons definitely, because I lived in Maryland for a little bit of my life. So, yeah, I knew I kind of wanted somewhere in between, and Raleigh was a great answer and great thing, but as far as other schools, I knew I would have liked to be in the ACC, and that it was awesome playing against schools like Florida State, Miami, UNC, just great rivalries, and just great conference to be in. I think the best conference of them all, with basketball and football included. But it was a great time, and other schools that I was considering were UVA. And actually Rice in Houston, Texas. I was kind of a little bit of a nerd in high school and to study aerospace engineering. So those 3 schools all had it, and that's what I tried studying at NC State too. And it was a tough experience, I guess you can say.
Yeah, it's a tough choice to make, and
yeah,
you. Yeah, you mentioned getting out of Florida, and now here you are in Palm Beach, beautiful, sunny Palm Beach.
Yeah, well, it's like back home. It's really great that my parents are going to be able to watch me a good amount of the year. My mom's birthday was the other day, and we were in Bradenton, which is about, I don't know, 30 minutes away from my house, and our hotel was probably 10 minutes away from my house. So I was able to spend my mom's birthday with her. So that was a good time, and wouldn't have been possible if I was in another league somewhere. So really cool.
That's great, man. That is really great. When did the Cardinals tell you that you were going to go to Palm Beach?
At the end of spring training, I think that's how it is with most of the players, but I'm not positive on all the logistics about that. I just kind of focused on playing the game every day and just competing.
Yeah. Did you have any inclination at all that that's where you were headed, or did you think you might go back to Peoria? Or
I mean, I'm in spring training. I didn't really know what to expect. So when I was there and playing with Carson Kelly and just taking at bats off of Alex Reyes or whoever it might be, like it was just like I was almost shocked that I was like in this situation at this point in time in my life.
Yeah.
But then like I told you before, I was just like, man, like I'm here with these guys. Like this is awesome. Like let's make the most of it. Let's compete. Let's play hard and really focus. And that's kind of just what I did on the field and let everything else sort itself out off the field that other people make decisions on.
Well, congratulations on the assignment, and again, way to get off to it. It's such a good start. It seems like right now the minor league season, like the minor league grind, and what it means to be a minor leaguer, is getting a lot of attention nationwide. Can you kind of put into context, like, your living situation, who you room with, and what it's like on a day in, day out grind as a minor leaguer?
Well, it makes it a lot easier that we're playing with guys that's their dream as well. If for a lot of these guys, if it's not their dream, they wouldn't be doing it. So we kind of understand the grind, the living situations that we're putting ourselves into, but we understand that, hey, we get to play a game for our job, like not many people can say that. And it's pretty awesome just having fans to show up to your game and wanting autographs or whatever it might be. So it's not the easiest thing. Some of my roommates are Shu, Pinder, and Latcham, and we all get along really well and are always in the living room just watching TV, playing video games, whatever it might be, and just bonding together. So it's really cool, especially just on this Palm Beach roster right now. We're just having a good time. Everyone's bonding really well and having fun. So we kind of overlook all the tough times and living situations, whatever, and just have a good time with one another because we know baseball, we can't be a baseball player forever. So enjoy the time that we have.
The other day, the Cardinals had a rain out / snow out in Chicago, and I saw that a couple of the players were really excited about either spending the entire day playing, watching Netflix or playing Fortnite. Is that pretty much how, if you guys get an off day, you work out a little bit and then it's something like that?
Yeah, for the most part, yeah, but we haven't really had too many off days here. I think we had one rain out, but we had a doubleheader the next day. So it's weird that we literally become family on whatever team we're on because we're always just next to each other, communicating with each other, and that even goes to Fortnite because we're always bonding over that or talking over that. So and it makes the grind a little bit less, I guess, stressful or long when you have stuff like that to kind of know that's like your fun away from baseball, I guess you can put it.
Yeah, and you seem dedicated. You seem like a really hard worker. Like, is there an aspect of your game so far this season that you haven't been happy with, that's kind of like nagging at you in the back, that you're like, all right, I've got to get better at this, or is it just I'm going to be the best player that I possibly can be?
I guess my defense isn't totally up to par where it's up to my standards. I definitely set high standards for myself.
Yeah.
And whether it's called a hit or an error, that's beyond my power. But I always think that any ball that I know I can catch or tips off my glove and I don't make the play, I consider it an error in my head. So I definitely am hard on myself on defense, and that's definitely something that I take pride in. So I definitely need to be there for a pitcher whenever they're struggling or whatever the case might be. Tight game late in the game. I just want to make sure I'm making the play for our pitchers and our team. So that's something that I've been working on and just getting used to and more comfortable every day. And I know I'll get the confidence that I need in a very short amount of time. Defense is something that I pick up really well, so I just need to get that a little bit better.
Yeah, I say it often when people ask me about you. The most amazing thing to me, it's not easy to find defensive plays when you're just looking for clips of minor leaguers and players. Mm-hmm. But with you, it seems like it's easy, like really easy to find you making a spectacular play. You're not afraid to go into the dugout. You're not afraid to go into the stands to make a play over there.
No, I mean, if there's any play that I feel like I can make and make the pitcher throw, whether it's one or two less pitches and anything like that, I feel like I'm doing my job and also helping them out. It also gives them the confidence that, hey, I can throw it to zone, let the hitters hit him, and our defense is going to get the job done and make my life easier. So I hope that's the mindset that they have on the mound. And that's kind of why, I mean, I was there on the mound too, so I know what it feels like to have a solid defense behind you, and that's what I want for them.
So it's about 1:20 Eastern time right now. Your game against Charlotte tonight is 6.
Yep.
What time do you normally get to the stadium for that?
Probably around 3. Yeah, probably around 3 o'clock. We get there. Just hitting the cages a little bit. The schedule kind of varies each day, whatever we're doing, but yeah, it's about 3 o'clock. I guess for an away game. So yeah.
Well, that's about all I have for you. The last question I'll ask you, it's kind of like a little end cap, and it's just, is it still as much fun now to play as it was when you were a 5-year-old, 6-year-old, 10-year-old?
I think it's more fun now than when I was probably 8 years old, 10 years old, or whatever, because I always was looking up at big leaguers and making diving plays, and I remember, I guess my mind was just ahead of the kids that I was playing with, and sometimes the ball wasn't hit hard enough where I could make a diving play or I could slide head first or whatever the case might be. And I feel like now the balls are hit harder and stuff like that, where you can make that nice play, you can hit a home run, and you have the strength to hit a dead center home run or whatever it might be. I think that brings excitement to the game, and I think that's why kids love the game. So they look up to the big leaguers or whatever it might be, making the nice plays, and I think that's what's fun. That's what I've always envisioned myself doing, is making those cool plays and stuff like that.
Well, that's tremendous, man. Keep up the great work. Thank you so much for talking with me for a little bit, and good luck tonight against Charlotte and with the rest of the season. And hopefully we'll get to talk